Previously, we have completed the meandering river systems. Now, today, before we begin with the next topic, I'm going to quickly finish one concept that I forgot to cover in the last video. So, this is about Thalweg line. So, Thalweg line by definition is nothing but the line connecting points of maximum depth along a river channel. Now, in case of meandering rivers, as you know that the channel is asymmetrical. It has got vertical cliff on one side and sloping ground and on the other side. The deepest portion lies somewhere towards the periphery, towards the outer bank. As a result of this, when you draw a Thalweg line for a meandering river, it is something like this as you see in the diagram. It doesn't flow through the center of the channel. Now, this is important because the Thalweg line is considered to be a border between two states or two nations politically. So when there is a river or a stream which is acting as a border between two nations or two states, it is not necessary that the center of the river stream is the border line. It should be the Thalweg line, that is the deepest part of the river. So this is about the Thalweg line. The next topic that I'm going to begin with today is the diversion of channel. Diversion of channel is nothing but the change in the path of the channel, and it is also called as avulsion. So there are various reasons because of which a river may change its path. The reasons could be tectonic, isostatic, or due to human intervention, or many other reasons could result into the change in the path of a river system. Now, from the point of view of depositional system analysis, we are going to see these four factors which can result into the change of a river channel. The first one is river migration or diversion in case of meandering rivers or due to meandering. Now, in case of meandering river systems, a river may change or short circuit its path by necking. Now, if you see this meandering river here, between two curved bends, there is a portion of land which is connected through this neck. Now, this is one outer bank, this is another outer bank. With time, the outer banks undergo erosion, and with intense erosion, there comes a time when that land portion gets completely eroded and river finds a new path by abandoning the previous bend, which is this, and this looks like a oxbow, therefore it is called as oxbow lake, and a river has found a new path due to meandering like this. So this is one reason for the change of path of a river. Another reason for the change of path of a river system is due to crevasse play. Now you know what is a crevasse play. It is nothing but the crack which is formed at the outer bank during flood time. When the water is flowing at high intensity at the outer bank, a crack is generated and water and sediments spread out from this crack in the form of play, which is called as crevasse play. Now it may so happen that even after the flood subsides, and if the intensity of flow of water through this crack is sufficient, a new channel is formed through this crack and the previous one is abandoned. So this is nothing but the avulsion of a river channel due to the crevasse play. The next reason, the third reason, is the channel diversion due to braiding of a channel. Now in case of braided rivers, as you know, these rivers carry coarse materials and these coarse sediments are deposited within its own channel in the form of bars, transverse bars or longitudinal bars. So over a period of time, this coarse gravelly material blocks the flow of water through the river system, and a river finds a new channel due to this clogged channel. Here you can see this is the new channel and the braided system has been abandoned. So braiding of a river channel can also result into diversion of a river channel. The fourth and most important reason or factor which can result into the channel diversion is river capture. As you see in this diagram, this is the block diagram where you can see two river channels. This is the first one and this is the second. Now the second one, if you see carefully, there is something change in the second river channel in the next block. Now what happens is, in areas where the water supply is high, the sediments are less resistant, which can undergo easily erosion. A channel may undergo headward erosion. Now this channel here, it is undergoing headward erosion towards the upstream direction. With the headward erosion, it connects to the another river channel, and it may so happen that the water which was flowing through this channel previously, it starts flowing through a new river here, and this river has captured the original river. So this is the change in the path due to river capture. River capture is also called as river piracy or stream piracy. So this is the actual example from Canada. There is one river which originates from a glacial. Name of this river is Slims River. You can see the glacier also, the name. Now this river is flowing something like this, and it deposits its sediments into a lake somewhere here. Apart from this river channel, you can observe one more channel which is somewhere here. It is flowing like this. Now this river channel is fed by various streams or tributaries running from the mountain. So there is abundance of water supply from upstream direction, and also the sediments are less resistant. Now this picture is from 2015, and over a period of 1 year, see what has happened. The river which was flowing something like this in 2015, it is flowing straight through another channel here. Now this river here, it has undergone headward erosion towards the upstream side, and it has connected to the old channel, and now the water is flowing through this new channel and the old one has been abandoned. Now this is the example of channel diversion in case of Brahmaputra river in India. If you see carefully, from 1965 to 1966, within a period of 1 year, the river has migrated laterally by about 5 kilometers if you see the scale. This is again the example of diversion of channel due to tectonic activity. A meandering river system which is flowing here, due to this fault, there is migration of channel within its flood basin, and you can see a lot of abandoned channels and oxbow lakes. So this is all about the channel migration. Till now we have completed the braided river systems, coarse grain fluvial system and fine grain fluvial systems. Next part is delta distributary channels and confined valley fill deposits, that we'll see next time.